These are my slides today, and let me start off by taking you a bit back to when marketing started. Traditional marketing started a long time ago, and we're going to start by defining traditional marketing, and we'll break into digital marketing, also known as online marketing. So, what is traditional marketing? Traditional marketing refers to any type of promotion, advertising, or campaign that has been in use by companies for years and has a proven success rate. Methods of traditional marketing can be done on platforms such as television, radio, billboards, flyers, and newspaper print ads. Back then, even till now, traditional marketing is still prominent in the world today. You go out, you see billboards getting bigger, you see more LED billboards getting bigger, and the radio is still functioning, the TV is still functioning, people are still handing out flyers, and the idea is just to enlighten people about their products and services. But truly, how many people sit down on the TV, to watch the TV through the day or through the week? Many people put a lot of effort into traditional marketing, and they ignore the fact that digital marketing is also here. Traditional marketing actually helps you, get to it's a bit of old school, but it helps you get a bit of people. Now I'm going to show you a picture, and that picture will give you an idea of what has become nowadays. Okay, you can see this picture here. It says traditional marketing versus digital marketing. Traditional marketing, it says cost to reach 2,000 audience. We have broadcast of $150. You spend newspaper $250. You spend magazine $500. Then you do direct mailing to people's houses, and you get $900. Now that's the cost of reaching 2,000 people. Now, when you talk about digital marketing, you are looking at reaching 2,000 people. You spend $50. If you're using social networks like Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, you spend $75, and so you reach 2,000 people with a lot less budget compared to the traditional way. Now, we're not saying that the traditional way doesn't work. We actually are trying to say that both should be combined. Now, digital marketing has gone, in a whole new dimension. But let's go back and explain a bit about digital marketing so that you see the full picture. So what is digital marketing? Digital marketing is the marketing of product or services using digital technologies, mainly on the internet. But also it includes displaying advertising and any other digital medium. Now, digital marketing is one of the online platforms that you can use. It's actually a strategy you can implement on platforms. For example, if you're talking about marketing your product on Google and marketing your product on newspaper, you read the newspaper or you put your advert on the newspaper and people read them. You don't know who actually reads your newspaper. Maybe it's a child, maybe it's a woman, maybe it's a man. But if you make your advertisement on Google, for example, now, you get statistics, detailed report about the person who actually saw your advertisement. Now, you can use that to strategize and send your advert to the people that are supposed to see your product and service. Now, marketing is simple. It's simple. You're trying to get what people need to where they are. Because, marketing, you can't market something at where people aren't. So traditional marketing, for example, now let's say the billboards, you are in the car and maybe you're in the passenger seat, somebody else is driving. You're most likely buried in your phone, trying to, write up, trying to, reply an email or try to visit the website. You're not really focused on the billboard outside. But the billboard, somebody spent money to put his advert there, but not enough people are seeing the billboards anymore. So we're not saying that the billboards are not good, but we're saying that digital marketing is also important because right there on the phone, you can get your advertisement to the people that you need to get it to. So that's what digital marketing is truly about. Now, digital marketing is leveraging on the fact that a lot of people in the world today are online. They are, they are searching through their phones, they are visiting their Facebook pages, they are chatting with their friends on WhatsApp. And, WhatsApp has become a different platform also. You must have noticed that WhatsApp update now, you can put, people put their product and services there. Now, these are all different digital marketing platforms that can be leveraged upon. Now, for business and organizations that wants to go big or wants to do a lot more than they are doing presently, digital marketing really helps you with reaching your targets. Now, it's not just enough to say you want to start digital marketing. Under digital marketing, there are several terms, there are several tools, there are several technologies that can be exploited. And we're going to be looking into some of them now. And this is where you need to keep, good notes. All right, I just made this quote here. Before you start planning an effective digital marketing strategy, it's important to perform various tests to determine which channels will work best for your business. So today we're going to be looking at SEM, which means search engine marketing, SEO, search engine optimization, content marketing, email marketing, display advertising, pay-per-click advertising, social media brand awareness, and marketing. Now, these are just a few of what the whole internet or what the whole digital marketing has to offer. But these are major. These are major. So we're going to look at them, a little by little, and see how much we can get through to today. All right, we start with email marketing. Email marketing is something that has been in the system for several years now. It has been around for quite a number of years, and most of the American companies, they take emails very seriously. It's in Africa that we're still trying to get people to understand how best they can use their emails for their businesses. Emails are so important. There are some American companies that have over 20,000, 200,000, over 2 million. Netflix was boasting of close to 30 or 20 million emails. Now, those emails belong to people. Those emails belong to people, and when they belong to people, that means when you're sending an email about a product or service, 20 million people are getting your emails. Now, these are people that have either showed interest in your product over time. You have been able to filter them and bring them to a particular platform. We have tools that can help you arrange your emails. That's why if you get to a particular website, sometimes you can see them, they will write subscribe to receive our newsletter, subscribe to get offers, subscribe to do this. Those are what that email marketing is for. Those information capture people's emails and then put them together over a long period of time. Now, imagine you have 20,000 people who are interested in your product or service. Now, this is not the same thing as buying people's emails, like you hear it on that Sony, or some other big organization sold emails, maybe Facebook selling people's emails. No, this is not something like that. This is people actually visiting your website, for example, showing interest in your product, and then they decide that, okay, you know what, I'm going to subscribe to receive more offers from this particular company. Then they input their emails on your subscribe button. Okay, at this time now, I would like to know if anybody is listening. I can see people typing on the chat, but can just say hello if you can hear me.
I can hear you. Let me type.
Okay, thank you, Governor. All right, I can see. Wow. All right, so let me continue then, because I know you're listening now. Okay, so email marketing, gathers your information over time, information on people that visit your website, and then they use that to generate an information for follow-up. If you have a list of 20,000 people who are interested in your product or service, now that means that you can actually send them offers, send them products, send them whatever it is that you do over time. And some of them may be skeptical at the beginning, but since they subscribe, they've given you access to them. So it's like a direct line to them. Email marketing is one of the most effective ways, digital marketing and digital effective ways of getting people, to convert over time. The benefit of email marketing includes low costing, audience segmenting, that's so important. It allows you to filter those who are truly interested in your product or service. For example, now you can see most of the social media accounts. Some people have a million. Some businesses have 60,000, 200,000 different, but not all those people are actually interested in the service. So in email marketing, there is a part where you actually really get people who are interested in your product. All right, so let me move ahead from this. The benefit of email marketing, like I said, includes low cost, audience segmenting, immediate, contains call to action, customizable, and easy to share and track. Now, email marketing allows you to know who is reading your emails when you send them out. There are tools that are involved in email marketing that to track people that read your email. For example, you send an email out to 20 of your clients, and those 20 people, 15 of them open their emails to read it. You know that, yes, these 15 people got your email and they opened it to read it. Now, based on the response you get, you're able to go back, with strategize, and see if your content was good enough for passing the message that you wanted to pass. We're going to get to content because that's a whole different one. Now, email marketing is still very vital. It is so vital in this year that we are in this age, and it's always going to be vital because the world is digital. All right. So I'm going to move forward now because email marketing is quite deep, and I would just like to mention a few tools that can help you manage your emails. We have Mailchimp. I think that's the free one you can use. It allows you to get about 2,000 so different. Let me show you the website so you can take advantage of it. All right. All right. This is Mailchimp here. You can see we actually use Mailchimp, and Mailchimp, they help you manage your information. They help you manage all your emails, and then you can easily one message. You can send out an email to 2,000 people at the same time, and they all receive the email in that light. So email marketing is something that you really have to give attention to for an organization that is looking into the future, who has a future plan, who has a vision for the company or the organization. Email marketing is a tool that you cannot ignore. Email marketing is so vital, but there is another class for that, and I will leave that for the next class. All right, so the next one we're going to be talking about now is search engine. This is also as vital as email marketing, but search engine marketing, this refers to the process of gaining website traffic by purchasing advertisements on search engines. Now, we all here on this call, on this training, we all go on Google. For example, Google. There are many other social search engine platforms. Google, we have Baidu in China, and Google doesn't work in China, so Baidu reigns in China. So we have Google, Bing, Baidu, and all. They are platforms where you can place your advertisement. This advertisement, for example, now you say you want to buy an iPhone, you buy an iPhone, and you go on Google and say, you know what, iPhone in New York. Now, if a company had put in, or let's put an example. Let's put an example. I would like to show you this example here. So we're going to go to Google now. And let's say you want to search for buy iPhone in New York City. I press enter. All right, see. The first few things you will notice here is They are adverts right there. Now, this AD that you see right here, AD means advert. It means advert. That means you can actually pay to have your product, to have your company advertise on this very spot. So we have advertisement here, advertisement here, advertisement here, and a lot of advertisement, and then you have this information. Now, this information here is done by what we call the Google My Business. So people actually see that, oh, this is the shop of the person. No, you can imagine these people have gone through the effort of putting their 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 company information on Google, and now you get your advert on Google. You get your address, your phone number. This is actually one way you can consistently generate sales for your business. Whatever industry you are in, the internet is for you. You might be into the into crude oil. You can be into whatever business it is. The internet is a place where we call the digital marketplace. Everybody comes on the internet to check for something. So now, if I'm going to say, for example, now I want to buy cheap iPhones, let's say cheap iPhones in, let's put Windhoek, Namibia. Oh, sorry, I didn't put that well. Cheap iPhones in Windhoek, Namibia. Now, as you can see, the first few information that comes up is iStore. Happens to be in Grove Mall of Namibia, in Windhoek. And another store. Now, these people have outlined their products, their company or their shop on Google. So anybody that's searching for this particular term that says cheap iPhones in Windhoek, Namibia, these are the first people to come up. And you can see nobody is running any advertisement on this at all. So, for example, now these positions, they are actually prime positions because Google have a way of ranking people's websites. So these websites that you see here, they've been online for a long time. They are trusted, and if you can look at them, they are secure. So Google says, okay, you know what? Because they are secure, I'm going to put them up here. So Google is a whole different training on its own. But the idea behind all this is to let you know that people are searching for this every day. And you can imagine it says about 1.9 million results are buying for this keyword that says cheap iPhones in Windhoek, Namibia. So 1.9 million, and these are people's either websites, these are people's companies that are into iPhones, because iPhone is the keyword here. So if out of 1.9 million results, just a few are coming up on top, you really don't ever go to the other pages to check what company is there. Let's go to page 7 now. Page 7, you see another company here that is into something close to iPhone. Oh yeah. But the idea is to get you to understand that the internet has so many places that people go to check for product and services. So if you can strategically put your product or your service on the place where you know that they are searching, which you require some extra training for that, you'll be able to place your product and service at the places that people are actually searching for them. All right. So digital marketing is digital marketing, search engine marketing, and the strategy that encompasses the PPC and SEO. We'll get to all that terms a bit later. One of the most effective ways to grow your business is using search engine marketing. Search engine marketing is the advantage you have on the web to get people that are particularly interested in your services. We have the way that we marketers understand it. If you're on Facebook and you see a product and service, you might not be interested about it. You just look at it and say, okay, you know what, this look nice, but you don't actually have an interest. You just have a look at it. You're not intent about it. But if you go on Google and you search for something, you search for a particular, maybe iPhone or laptop you want to buy, or you want to buy a new car, or you want to get some new information about something, you go on Google. And Google is one of the biggest platforms in the world today. It's the biggest search engine in the world, and the most used search engine in the world, with over a billion people using it daily. Now, that is a market. That is a market. You have to see that if you can put your product and service at the place that people are searching for them, you will definitely get leads. There's some companies nowadays, they believe the traditional way is to get people to share flyers for them, get them to share information about their company on the street, get surveys about banks. Some banks still do traditional surveys, like sending out agents to go and meet people and ask them their experience with their bank. I was in Namibia a few months ago, and a lady walked up to me and she said, she would like to get my survey. What do I think about this particular bank? I'm not going to mention the name of the bank, but I I didn't bank with that particular bank, so I couldn't give her any information. But do you know that with that same survey, you can actually create a form online, target Namibia, and those who are interested in that particular bank will be able to give you, the kind of answers that you require to make a change. Because going on the street is, how many people do you meet on the street? A man is driving his car, you want to stop him and say, you know what, I want to get a survey from you? No. Digital marketing, you can actually get, digital marketing is broad. It's broad. It doesn't completely take the place of traditional marketing, but it's an upgraded version of what marketing used to be. No company should exist without digital marketing strategies and plans in place. I was privy to come across a company here in Nigeria a few weeks ago, and they got into the sales of phones. So they got a loan, for example, now, and they got a loan of about 430 million naira. And the 430 million naira, they put all that money into buying the phones. And they didn't even think about putting money into marketing. They thought, oh, okay, it's traditional method. We're going to talk to this person who wants to shop here, talk to this person who wants. And they bought over 1,000 phones, talking to people, you know, using traditional method. You really cannot get so much from that. But imagine now if they had put a budget for digital marketing. People are online searching for phones. In our next training, we're going to be looking into what people are actually searching for. We're going to take you that are watching us today. You're going to tell us what you do, and we're going to look at Google back end and give you analysis of people that are searching for your product and services on a monthly basis. Now, the idea behind digital marketing is to get to put you at that place so that when they search, your product and service comes up. That's the first thing that comes up. That's the idea behind digital marketing. It really gets you the people that you are looking for, and it gets the people that are looking for you what they are looking for. So search engine marketing is really powerful, and we cannot really exhaust. Gonna exhaust talking about it today. But in the next training, I'm sure we'll be able to cover a bit more. So I'm going to move forward now to the next aspect of mine, because I have a very short time, and I'm sure the CEO keeps time. All right, so let's move. Pay-per-click advertising. Now, this is something that you must have seen sometime, and if you have not seen it before, don't worry about it. It's a way to help you understand the advantages of digital marketing. For example, now you run an advertisement on a newspaper, and people buy the newspaper. You don't know who buys them, who reads them, what demography, what age, what you don't know if a man or woman or where they're from. You don't have any analysis. You can only hope that one day, they will give you a call. Pay per click is different. Pay-per-click is what most of the digital marketing world is run on. For example, now you place an ad or an advertisement on Google. You only pay when people click on your product or service. So let's say you put your website online now and you say www.yortech.com, that's our website, and then somebody clicks on it. Until somebody clicks on it before we get to pay. So in other words, that we're not, serving our product and services to just everybody. We are serving it to those who are actually looking for it. So with PPC advertising, you can actually drive high qualified traffic to your website and your business, and that would immediately, help your business grow. We have seen situations whereby companies who refuse to go into digital world become a bit obsolete. Why? Because they don't see how they can make business online. They don't see how they can meet new clients online. They don't see how they can generate leads online. But whether you believe it or not, the technology is there and it's ever increasing. Technology has come to stay. Digital marketing has come to stay, and it's always going to keep on, evolving. The world is evolving, and it's going to keep on evolving. I read an article yesterday about digital marketing. There are two things that are so important, and it's the future: automation, digital marketing automation, as well as live chats. Hello, can you hear me? The service that you offer, and they can get interest. You can actually get sales from that. But then if you now add digital marketing to it, you actually double your effort with a lower budget. The effectiveness of PPC advertising is measured by allocated budget, and how well keywords for targeting advertising is measured by the allocated budget, and how well keywords for targeting potential clients are optimized. If you this is a whole different part of it, and I'm sure that we won't be able to cover that today. But PPC advertising is something that you would have to get to know. Either you hire somebody to do it for you, or you hire a company to do it for you. But it's something that if you run a company, you have to get to know what PPC does. All right, so let's go to search engine optimization. SEO, as it is about getting your website to rank higher than your competitors. We looked at what we looked at this just now. This search, it says cheap iPhones in Windhoek, Namibia, and it shows us iStore Namibia. It shows us MTC client Windhoek, R plus R importers, and then we have this list here. Now, this list here, they fluctuate. This iPhone www.my NA position next month. It might be this ad that'll be this link that'll be up there. Why? Because SEO is actually a branding of your company on search engines. It's letting the search engine like Google know that you are trusted. There are several metrics to what you can do to get this done, but we won't be able to go into all that today. There's so much about digital marketing that if you have not started learning about it, you have a long way to go. So the idea for this training is to get you exposed to them, and then we can now take them, step by step into the different aspect of it. So we have search engine optimization. Now, one of the ways you can, work. People have websites, for example. Now, I'm going to ask if you have a website. Please, can you just say yes? I have a website. If you're listening to me and you can hear me, just type yes. I have a website, and I can see that. All right. So if you have a website, it's not just enough to have a website. You need to have a website that is ranking good with Google, ranking good with search engines, because your website is supposed to be located. If you have a shop and you don't do the proper advertisement, you don't do the proper word of mouth, People won't visit your visit your shop. So the idea for most of the websites is to get them to function in SEO. SEO is a continuous process. It's a continuous process of it involves activities including keywords research, on-page and off-page optimization, organic linking. These are all different terms that help you rank high with organizations and with search engine like Google. So it's a search engine optimization. It allows your website to be visible. People can actually search for your kind of product, and because you sell that kind of product, Google brings you to number one as the best person to answer that person's call. For example, now if I want to buy a new car and then type in I want a new car and I'm living in Angola and I say new car in Angola, I want to buy a new car, or let me say a new Mercedes Benz in Angola. Let me just pull out that research. Let's put that together and see how it comes out. New Mercedes Benz in Luanda, Angola. A bit more direct, I'll put buy new Mercedes Benz. Buy. All right. You can see now we have different videos coming up here, but here we have OLX. Now, OLX probably sells Mercedes Benz, and I can see now the Mercedes Benz is the Mercedes Benz CE 300 AMG, and all the specifications are there. It's with that sells Mercedes Benz. Now, this gives me an idea that people sell this thing online. Now, if your service or product is to sell cars, this is a huge market for you. Wow, I'm really running out of time now. Okay, I'm going to have to breeze through this because this is supposed to be a 1 hour training coming your way after this. And let me just go through the remaining slides so that you can see a bit more. We have display advertising. Display advertising are those advertising that you see on your phones when you visit a website, and you just see them hanging around, around the website. They are like banners, sometimes videos, active ads that you need to put in information into. Several designs. Display ads are a whole different world, but you need to learn them. These are things that people use every day. We use them every day. Some of the people that are watching us today, you watched us because you saw our ads on Google. We did something on Facebook. We did something on LinkedIn. We did something on Instagram, and we try to get it out there as much as possible. And we actually got people registered from all around the world. I mean, we have over 10 countries in Africa. We have the United States registered for this training. We have the United Kingdom registered for this training. Now, this might not be our marketplace because our focus is first on Africa, but it shows that we can actually get to people all around the world. And so the idea that digital marketing can really push your business out there, oh boy, it's really powerful. So let me zero in on this because this is important. Content marketing. Content is king. It will forever be constant in ever-changing markets. Captivating content, which includes text, graphics, videos, will continuously generate inbound traffic audience. Content is the engine of the web. Now, content is important. If you go through your Facebook account nowadays, or even go through LinkedIn, only those information that capture your attention will you give attention to. There are several content online, some of them well drafted, some of them not so drafted. For example, now our own advert was well drafted. Why? Because we got a lot of people to sign up. We got a lot of people to, we got a lot of attention. It shows that our content was good. And because we are, a digital marketing agency, we take our time to, bring up this content for to see and to get the best knowledge of your business. If you have the opportunity to make a first impression, it's always good to get the right content, put it together, and send it out there. So when you're doing online marketing or digital marketing, as I said, you have the right content. You need to know where to put videos. You need to know where to put pictures, graphics, text. You need to know how to put the structure your content in such a way that it gets to the right people. So that's what content is key. Content is king. Content, the content of your advertisement, the content of your website, the content of how your website is developed, the content of how it looks is too important. And we would actually there's a whole course on content marketing that we offer. And we can train your organization, train your business, your team on how to do that. All right, social media marketing. Social media provides a great dividend for companies who makes use of appropriate content for applicable platforms. You to your customers, but it also encourages users to share opinions, participate in discussions, and engage with others in real time. There's a saying that if you study, you get to know more about whatever it is you're studying about. You get to practice it, but you don't get to become perfect until you teach. For businesses, for example, now when you run your advert online or use the traditional method, people don't engage with you. They only see your product and services and they think, oh, that's all you have to offer. They don't get to ask you questions until they come in contact with you. Now, social media, first of all, is a platform for brand awareness. It helps you opportunity to ask about your product and service. It gets them to ask you questions about customer care. They are able, and there's something Coca-Cola did a few years ago. Pardon me. Coca-Cola actually did something powerful. They had these people who decided, you know what, I'm going to start a Coca-Cola group on Facebook, and Coca-Cola used that opportunity to take over that platform. Of course, they paid those guys good big time for it, but everybody was talking about Coca-Cola. Everybody was talking about Coca-Cola, and they were talking, oh wow, I like Coke. Everybody like Coke. Before you know it, it had over 10 million followers on Facebook, and as of now, it's a whole lot more than that. But people were able to say what they like about Coca-Cola. Coke is everything that everybody knew about before, but that actually generated more interest in it. That, oh, if everybody in the world likes Coke, that means that it's something good. People have different opinion, but that's the idea. If you can get more than one person to confirm on social media publicly about your product or service, this is good publicity for you as a company. So social media really helps you get that fullness, that come of age in terms of your product or your service. Social media is too vital, but it's also important that you go about social media with a strategy and a plan. If you're going on social media, you need to have a strategy and a plan. You need to know exactly what you're trying to achieve. We call some vanity achievements, like likes and followers. You can have 10,000 followers and none of them is buying from you. You can have 100 million followers and you have just a few hands of people that are interested in your business. But when you engage your followers, when you engage those people that like your products, and get them to share their experience about your product or service, this is where the key is. When they talk about your product, you are not the one talking about your product. You're not the one talking about your service. Somebody that has experienced your product and service is now giving their testimony about your product and service. So somebody else reads that and says, oh, yeah, their product is actually good. So I can actually, get this product or service. So the social media is powerful in that it brings people together to agree on your product or your brand that it is good. That's the powerful thing about social media. We won't be able to go too far into this today, but each of these things I've mentioned, these terms I've mentioned, they are all different areas of digital marketing. They are all different areas, and they all have deep insight into them that we won't be able to finish even if we take this course for the next 24 hours. But because we looked at it and we say, you know what, we're going to give it to you in chunks. This is why we push for this training and let you know that it's something that it's going on. Digital marketing is on. It's always going to be on and be evolving. So the quicker the better for everyone to get started. So I created three concepts, each task with specific elements that are dependent to create a successful digital campaign and digital marketing campaign. The performance formula consists of these three concepts. So let me take the first one. It's talk about clickability, shareability, and distribution. Let's look at clickability. But before that, in measuring, it is therefore important to remember that Google is the gatekeeper of the internet and it determines ranking on search pages. The equation is therefore simple: higher ranking, greater attention. So if your website or your business is ranking high with Google, it means that you get greater attention from people that search on Google. That's just a quote I wanted to put there. So clickability. To achieve clickability, it is important to combine both SEO-friendly content and best user experience, design practice that engage customers across various platforms and encourage click through your website. Clickability is what you do, and you and I do clickability every day. You see a product or service, you like it, you click on it, good. If you don't like it, you don't click on it. So it depends on the content. We talked about content just now. Content is so important when it comes to digital marketing. You have to get your product out there, and the good thing, you can advertise from your own country. And if your product or service can serve people in a whole different continent as it is, you will get the right people. Like I told you earlier, we have people that register from over 10 African countries. We have people from Europe, and we have people from the United States registered for this program, for this training. So how do we do that? Digital marketing helps us do that. But we have to take advantage of the right platforms, and we put our strategies in place to ensure that we get the right people. So clickability is so important. Shareability, arguably the toughest piece of the puzzle and essentially serving as a litmus test. Ability is based on the quality, relevance, and how engaging your content is at a particular time. Important monitoring engagement and sharing to decide on whether or not to rethink and improve content strategies. Shareability is so important. Shareability is if you see a product and you like it. Let's take an example. For example, now let me. Oh, I have just a few more minutes. Okay, so shareability. If you go to anything you see here now and you say, okay, to share this link means that you have tested it and you know what, I'm going to share this. Or let's use Facebook, for example. I think Facebook is the best place to go. And let's just put that out there, Facebook. And okay, I don't think I'll have time to go through all this with you today. But let me pull out from this and go straight. Shareability is so key. So key. It's so key because it allows you share content. But if your content is not good enough, nobody's going to be sharing your content. Nobody's going to be sharing your content. That's why you need to get trained on how to talk about content earlier. So distribution. In order to increase distribution, it's important to become visible. Improving visibility means engaging with your audience and providing them with a simple solution to engage with your brand. This can be done through various channels, including social media, email marketing, and your website. It's a funny thing that a company would have existed for a while and doesn't have a website. It's not it's not fashionable to not have a website. Every company should have a website because services online.